Scoreboard on WSIC 1059 100.7 FM, and always streaming video live to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, and our favorite WSICnews.com. All right, there is a lot going on. There is a lot going on right now in the world of sports. I want to start locally, though. I've started doing this thing where the beginning of the show is going to be local stuff. So we're going to talk just really briefly, because we do have a playoff game coming up on Thursday and then one on Friday. I want to at least make sure everybody's aware about that. We got some college football news. I want to talk about the rankings in college football, but also we're going to talk about Michigan and the problems that they've been having, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and I don't know where this ends, but we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to get into some miscellaneous things, as I'd like to say, because we're not looking at too much news stuff going on. We have a game tomorrow with the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, we can preview that one tomorrow and see that we make sure we give the Panthers their due. But I want to talk NASCAR also. I know the season ended on Sunday, but we had some news today, as I already have a caller into the studio here. We have some news today. We're going to wait to take that call. Stay on hold with me, because I have a few more announcements to make before we get going with today's show. But that's what's in store for today. And also, I have in my hands 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I dropped one. 4 tickets to the Southern Christmas Show, beginning tomorrow, November 9th, and going all the way to November 19th. These are my last 4 Southern Christmas Show tickets. I don't know how many more the station has in general, but these are my last 4. And I'm going to give them away to one lucky person today. All you have to do to win these tickets is when you call into the studio. I thought I had a good one for today, but I'm really starting to second guess it, because, it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week. I just want to make somebody's day. We're just going to go ahead and give away all 4 of these at once. Whoever wants them, call in if you want the tickets. Let's see who's on the line right now, as we have somebody waiting on hold. Let's get to them. Hey, caller, you are on the air. How can I help you today?
Hey, I was calling to see if I could win the Christmas show tickets.
Perfect timing. I was just saying somebody's going to get the tickets just for calling in. So I'm going to give them to you. You're going to get all 4 of these. These are my last 4 tickets. Congratulations.
Woohoo!
All right. Yeah, I need my bell. I need my bell. Woo!
Yes. Woo!
All
so
right.
Excited.
Well, you got all 4 tickets here. What is your name? And I'll have them set aside for you at the station.
Tammy Elmore.
Tammy Elmore. Okay. And are you familiar with where WSIC is located?
I sure am.
All right. Well, if you stop by tomorrow, there'll be somebody here for most of the day. The only time I don't think anybody will be here is in between like 1 and 3 o'clock, somewhere around that time. But other than that, somebody will be here. They'll be able to help you out and give you these 4 tickets. These were my last tickets, so congratulations.
Thank you very much. I've been so excited. I've been listening, trying to win some tickets, so I'm really, really, really excited.
Well, I'm glad I can make your day with these tickets. But come on by tomorrow, and we'll be able to give them to you, all right?
Thank you. Have a wonderful night.
You're welcome. You have a good night, too. And thanks for calling, and thanks everybody who calls in. That was quick. That was like perfect timing. It just made the announcement, and our caller in hold land was, as Pat Shannon likes to say, in the land of hold. They were wanting these tickets. So all 4 of my Southern Christmas Show tickets are gone. Stay tuned to the show. Stay tuned, because, and if you listen carefully, this weekend and next weekend are the last 2 weekends of the Renaissance Festival. Somehow, some way, WSIC was able to find 4 more tickets to that. I got a family pack of tickets to the Renaissance Festival. I am not giving them away just yet. We're going to do that in the final segment of the show. But I have a family 4-pack that includes 2 adult 2 children tickets that I'm going to give away in the final segment of the show, and you have to listen and pay attention because for those tickets, I already decided what I was going to do for this one. Since we're doing it at the end of the show, you have to listen for the entirety today because it's going to have to do with something that we're talking about. So if you pay attention, if you have your good listening skills, listen up. Make sure you take notes, pretend like you're back in school. Take some notes on the world of sports around you. And one of the questions, I'm going to do a trivia question for those tickets. It'll have to do with what we talked about today. So congratulations, Tammy, for your Southern Christmas Show tickets. And wait to call in for those Renaissance Festival tickets if anybody still hasn't been. I still haven't been, to be honest with you. I want to go, but I still haven't been. So who knows? Maybe I'll have to get my own tickets. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, let's get started. Let's talk about the sports. We're giving away tickets and whatnot. Local area sports. Okay, so tomorrow, North Iredell High School soccer is participating in a playoff game. Yeah, I know. Playoffs are going on. It's actually the 4th round of the playoffs. And, North Iredell, what a run they've had to get here. I'm going to be very honest. I don't think anybody expected this. They went into the playoffs as the 18 seed. They've been the underdog for 3 of their 4 playoff games. The only one that they weren't an underdog for was their second round game against Robinson. And that's because Robinson was able to upset the 2 seed in front of them. So North Iredell is going to be taking on Enka. I don't really know if that's correct. Enka? I looked it up. It's near Asheville. I'm not too familiar with that area. So I guess Enka High School or Enka School, whatever they call themselves over there. That's who North Iredell will be playing. That's tomorrow at 6:30. So we will talk about that. We probably won't get the results before. We're definitely not going to get the results before the game, before my show ends. So on Friday, we'll talk about the results of that one. Also on Friday, there is football playoffs. We have a couple of teams still in the playoffs in our area. Mooresville High School, probably the highest rated team, actually definitely the highest rated team in the area. They will be taking on Mount Tabor on Friday in their second round matchup, as well as Statesville High School. They are in the playoffs. They're taking on Crest. Unfortunately, Crest is 11-0, haven't lost a game, and they are the 1 seed. So a very tough battle for Statesville coming up on Friday. We've already made it to our first break. Stay tuned because later in the show, we're going to give away some tickets to the Renaissance Festival. Not just yet. 704-873-1400 is the phone number. You're listening to the Scoreboard here on WSIC. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this.
Keep it right here.
Hey, caller, are you there?
It's Inca Candler.
I'm sorry?
It's Inca Candler.
Inca. That's how you say the school's name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
Inca.
thank you for that. I appreciate that. Are you familiar with that
problem.
area?
Yeah, Demi's from there.
Oh, okay. Oh, is this Justin?
Yes,
I couldn't even tell by your voice.
I know. I was even going to change it up too and mess with you, but I didn't.
I feel like you already
okay.
did.
I kind of did, but no, I didn't know. This is me just at the gas station pumping gas right now.
Okay, thank you. I was like, I don't really. It's not near here, so I don't know if anybody's even going to be able to correct it. But hey, thank you,
Yeah.
Inca.
Rest
Okay.
assured. No worries.
All right,
All right,
thanks.
Good job.
Ever wanted to witness a time capsule installation?
Inca.
Huntersville is having a special time capsule installation
Inca.
December 2nd at Veterans Park during their Huntersville Christmas celebration.
Inca.
I wonder what will be in the time capsule. Make plans to attend now. Visit huntersville.org for more info. December 2nd, a special time capsule installation in Huntersville. Singer-songwriter Mitch Rossell is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. You may know Mitch from America's Got Talent or from Garth Brooks' 2022 Stadium Tour. Buy your tickets before they sell out. kanearts.org. Country music artist Mitch Rossell this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. kanearts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Save your dates. Don't miss the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Mostly clear skies as you head through your evening. That overnight low is not going to be bad, only getting down to 55 degrees. Thursday will be another sunny day. We're looking at mostly sunny skies and another high temperature getting up near 80 degrees in the afternoon. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Happening now at Randy Marion Ford in Statesville.
Randy Marion in Statesville continues to grow. We have added Mitsubishi on Folger Drive. So what does that mean? That means great deals on a new make and model in Statesville, but it also means Ford Pre-Owned is moved right on Gateway Crossing Drive beside the Ford and Lincoln new car showrooms. So come see us today, Randy Marion Ford Lincoln, pre-owned vehicles, Gateway Crossing Drive.
RandyMarionFord.com. The Scoreboard with Joe Berg continues now on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
All right, we are back. This is the Scoreboard on WSIC. I didn't even say it the first time. I usually say it for every intro. WSIC is worldwide. Yes, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, our website, WSICnews.com. You can find us everywhere. Everywhere. Little bit of a correction. We had a caller into the studio, and the caller actually was the owner of WSIC, Justin Kazepis, or as some people say and mispronounce his name, Justin Kazepis. But no, we're going to give the respect that he deserves. Justin Kazepis, he called into the studio. He said, "Hey, man, what is this Enka place that you're talking about? I've never heard of Enka. It's Inca." I was like, oh, that makes a little more sense. Well, I mean, both made sense to me, but that's where they are. They're in Inca Village, right outside Asheville. Apologies to Inca High School and all of the people there and all of the students there. I just didn't know how to pronounce it. I'm not familiar with that area. So thank you, Justin, for the correction. I appreciate it. That is who North Iredell, I know how to say that one, the North Iredell Raiders. That one makes a lot of sense. It's very simple. So North Iredell will be taking on Inca High School. I think they're just called Inca High, though. I think they leave out the school from the research that I've done. Anyway, moving on, I want to talk about college football a little bit. And I know we probably haven't given as much love to college football as some people would hope, but that's because it's a long season, man. And really, we're just trying to get to playoffs. I mean, bowl season is cool and all, and, seeing who's playing in what bowl game, but I don't really think any of it means anything anymore. All we really care about is the college football playoff and who's going to win the Heisman Trophy. All still up in the air. It's not going to be Caleb Williams again, that's for sure. Maybe Marvin Harrison Jr., question mark, possibility. But there's a lot of options on that. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. We can talk about the Heisman later. It's only November. We got to get through the rest of the season. Let's talk about Michigan and the scandal of their sign-stealing investigation. So I told you about a staffer for Michigan who, according to articles and reporting done, went rogue and went to other games of teams in the conference, scouted them, got information that they shouldn't have gotten, and basically sign stealing. We're still talking about that. There's been no final say on what's going on with Michigan, but there is some updates. So Michigan submitted a notice, I guess we'll call it a notice of wrongdoing for the 2022 Big Ten championship game. This happened late yesterday, so it didn't quite cross my desk in time to get onto the air, but I want to make sure that I give it what it deserves. 3 teams, Rutgers, Ohio State, and Purdue, are said to have given Purdue, who played in the Big Ten championship against Michigan, information about signs that would be called during the championship game. And it's unknown whether the signal sharing between the league and the teams violates the Big Ten sportsmanship policy or any NCAA rules. So we don't even know if this is going to become something. But this is Michigan trying to not divert attention, but almost, pivot in a way and say, look, we're not the only ones that are stealing signs here. This school and this school gave information to this school about what we would be doing. And I don't know if it's against the rules or not. It seems like nobody really knows if that's against the rules specifically. But what Michigan did is definitely against the rules. You cannot have a staff member go to a game and scout. It's not allowed in the NCAA. You can't do it. Very clear cut. There's no question about it. The problem arises when you see, well, who's responsible for this? Because the gentleman who was in the wrong here, his name, as we've talked about, Connor Stallions, he didn't say that Jim Harbaugh knew what was going on. And it doesn't matter in the NCAA. So we could see Harbaugh get suspended anyway, even if he didn't know what was going on. Because according to NC bylaw, here we go. We're going deep into the rule book here. Boy, oh boy, that is some entertaining radio. We're going to read straight out of the NCAA rule book. You know they make those things entertaining. An institution's head coach is presumed to be responsible for the actions of all institutional staff members who report directly or indirectly to the head coach. So no matter what, even if Harbaugh had no clue that this was going on, he is still the one that is going to get punished. And it seems like there's now this debate between whether or not the Big Ten should slam down the hammer and say, all right, we are punishing Michigan when the NCAA investigation is still ongoing. I don't think you can punish while the investigation is still going on because we don't have the results. It's that simple. I mean, it's not a court case or anything, but, innocent until proven guilty and all of that jazz. But we could see the punishment hammer swung down by the Big Ten commissioner. And it seems like we're looking at 2 games here. Because from what I've been seeing, it's not going to be considered a major violation. It's more of a sportsmanship violation, which some people could argue is more of a punishment than, doing something illegal on the field. So we're looking at 2 games because anything over 2 games is considered major. But the NCAA still hasn't finished their investigation. And we have to let that happen. It would not make sense to punish a head coach or a school or anything for that matter for something that we don't even have proof that it happened. Now, I'm sure that they're sifting through all that right now. And the NCAA works just as fast as the U.S. government when it comes to investigating things. We're probably never going to hear the results of this investigation. So what are we going to do here with Michigan? Well, I'm arguing we do nothing. We just wait. Wait until next season, Why do we have to rush this in the middle of a football season? Michigan's good. Okay, there's nothing you can do that's going to change the fact that Michigan is a good football team. Unless you say, hey, your players are no longer NCAA eligible, which isn't going to happen. So let's wait till the offseason. Take your time with the investigation. Wait for the NCAA to make their ruling, and then the Big Ten can make their ruling. But anything other than waiting is the wrong move here, in my opinion. Because you should not be handing out punishments for stuff that's still being actively investigated. Until we have the results, just let him coach. I don't see what the big deal is. And I know there's, college football is full of passionate fans who just, man, any chance they get, they will try and take down their rival team. You're going to hear a lot of debating about this over Saturday when the games are going on. I'm sure during Michigan's broadcast, they're going to be talking about it. And you're going to hear a lot about it if you're watching any national shows about college football. This seems to be the most important thing happening in college football right now. I don't agree. What's more important to me, and what I still don't understand, is the college football ranking process. This makes me want to pull my hair out. And I know there's reasons for these things. There's a way that they do it. Okay, whatever. But there's absolutely no reason that the college football playoff rankings should be a different rankings than the AP top 25 or the coach poll top 25 or whatever you want to go off of. It should be one ranking. Why do we have all these different things? So in the college football playoff rankings, Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Florida State. In the AP top 25, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State. Why is it different? Why? If somebody can call and give me a good reason. Now, I don't want the literal reason why. I don't want, they vote and, you add up the points. I get that. But tell me a real reason why the NCAA or why college football playoffs in general do two different rankings and figure it out on their own. It just stresses me out. I'm going to pop a blood vessel talking about this thing. We're going to go to break. Let's go to commercial break. Oh, man. When we come back, we're going to talk about some news updates from NASCAR regarding the Truck Series. Told you yesterday that they would be reviewing the Truck Series. I guess it was just a one-day review. So we'll talk about that on the other side of the break. Stay tuned. You are listening to The Scoreboard on WSIC. Back after this.
There's more of The Scoreboard with Joe Berg on the way on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Folks, Randy Marion sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department? We service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive. Whatever the season is, Randy Marion service departments have you covered. Come see us today because, folks, again, we sell the King of Price way and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Mostly clear skies as you head through your evening. That overnight low is not going to be bad, only getting down to 55 degrees. Thursday will be another sunny day. We're looking at mostly sunny skies and another high temperature getting up near 80 degrees in the afternoon. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Hey everybody, it's Kathy, the GM at Stretch Zone.
Practitioner-assisted stretching is beneficial to everyone. If you have lost the ability to perform the activities that you love the most, our programs can help you regain the lifestyle you once enjoyed. And your first visit is free. Visit Stretch Zone at 20545 Torrance Chapel Road in Cornelius and 591 River Highway in Mooresville.
Mention you heard about Stretch Zone on WSIC and get an additional free stretch with your program. Black Powder Coffee is celebrating their 10th anniversary with a medium dark roast blend of Indonesian and South American coffee beans. Enjoy the full-bodied natural flavor notes of chocolate with a bright finish. Get Black Powder Coffee's new anniversary blend today at Black Powder Coffee, 261 Rolling Hill Road, Mooresville, or participating retailers everywhere. Black Powder Coffee.
Welcome to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell from Temple Baptist Church in Statesville.
Hebrews 10:25 says, "Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching." The Word of God says that as we get nearer to the time of the Lord's return, we should be assembling more. Sadly, we see more people getting away from church and people canceling their church services and so forth. But God says, as we approach the day of Jesus' return, we should be assembling more. We should be taking it more seriously. Do you have a Bible-believing church that you go to? We'd like to encourage you to do so. We welcome you at Temple Baptist Church. We can promise you that we will preach and teach the Bible to you. We'll love you the best that we know how, and we'll feed you spiritually. If not, attend another church. But by all means, as the day is approaching, get in a Bible-believing church and get the Word of God.
Thanks for listening to a Bible Minute with Pastor Randy Mitchell here on WSIC.
The learning experience for quarterback Bryce Young included the tough lesson in the 3-interception performance last time out, and now he'll try to quickly correct the errors as they play in primetime at Chicago next. I'm Jim Zoki with a Panthers update after this.
The only way to be your best self is with your best health. When you have a health partner who doesn't just treat part of you, they care for all of you. That's why more people prefer Atrium Health, because unrivaled care is easier, more accessible, and more complete than ever before, so that you can enjoy more of the moments you love. That's what it means to live meaningfully, to live joyfully, to live fully with Atrium Health.
Prior to Sunday's loss to Indianapolis, Bryce Young had settled in with only 2 interceptions since his opening game in Atlanta, where he threw 2 picks. But the Colts made his life miserable with 4 quarterback sacks and 3 interceptions on Sunday, including a pair of pick sixes as they would beat Carolina by 2 touchdowns. The rookie quarterback says he'll have to learn from the experience in hopes of not repeating that again.
Obviously, have to be better. Obviously, things you want back. But, it's part of the game. It is what it is. And that's, it's a long season. You can't carry any of that over. You gotta take from it, watch the film. We'll go over this stuff, learn from it, correct it, and then after that, it resets. It's one game. Obviously, it's a lot of stuff. Obviously, that I need to do better, but it doesn't change who I am. And that's just mentality. We all have. All have to be better. Again, we're just a team that looks in the mirror. So we all feel like we all want to be better. And it's more the chase to do that doesn't affect as a team the confidence we have.
Young now has 8 touchdown passes and 7 interceptions for the season. I'm Jim Zoki on the Carolina Panthers Radio Network, presented by Morris Jenkins.
Talk sports with Joe Berg. Call 844-STUDIO-4. It's the Scoreboard on the new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC.
Hey, back at it here. Segment number 3, Scoreboard with Joe Berg here on WSIC 105.9, 100.7 FM, and video to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, WSICnews.com, 704-873-1400 is the phone number if you have something you'd like to talk about today. Don't forget, in the final segment coming up in about 10, 11, 12 minutes or so, we're going to be giving away a family 4-pack of Renaissance Festival tickets. That's 2 adult, 2 children tickets. I think this is the last one at WSIC. I'm not really sure, but I know we haven't been giving them away a lot recently, mostly because there's 2 weekends left. You got this weekend and next weekend. So stay tuned, listen to the show, take notes. Think about how mad I got last segment, you know? There were some things we talked about. Maybe it's about that. Maybe that's what your trivia question is going to come from. Maybe it's this segment right here. Maybe I'll say, can you tell me the name of the winner from the Southern Christmas show? That would be a tough one, man. If I said you get these tickets, if you can tell me who won the Southern Christmas show tickets, that'd be a really tough question. And to the person who won it, I'm not going to say your name because that's a possibility. We might do that. Don't call in trying to get those tickets now. I'm not going to give them to you. All right, let's get to NASCAR here because I do want to talk about what's going on. There is an update from Corey Heim and Carson Hocevar's incident. So as we talked about we talked about it yesterday. We talked about it Monday. On Friday, the Truck Series Championship took place. 4 overtimes, 25 extra laps than what it was supposed to be. Insane, if you ask me, which a lot of people thought it was insane. There was an incident between Carson Hocevar and Corey Heim. Hocevar tried to pass on the bottom. He drove it in there, and he just couldn't make it stick. He washed up. He got into Corey Heim and spun him. And then, about 27 laps later, as Carson Hocevar was trying to pass Corey Heim, because listen, when they wrecked, when they spun, Corey Heim just spun. He didn't really hit anything. The car looked fine. He drove it back up to the top 10. Well, Carson Hocevar went to pass Heim on the outside, and Heim wasn't having any of it. Washed up the track, pushed up the track more and more until he wrecked Carson Hocevar, put him in the fence, and ending Hocevar's day and pretty much ending his own day. Car was not okay after that. There has been a punishment levied against Corey Heim. NASCAR officials issued behavioral penalties on Wednesday to Craftsman Truck Series driver Corey Heim for his actions in last weekend's season-ending race at Phoenix Raceway. Heim was fined $12,500 and docked 25 points in the standings. The penalty falls under the heading of the rulebook, which refers to the code of conduct. Now, Corey Heim in his post-race interview said that he was having trouble controlling his damaged car, which that's a pretty bad excuse, honestly. But officials determined Wednesday that with a review of the team radio transmission, it indicated that Heim violated the member guidelines, specifically 3 areas of the rulebook. Number 1, attempting to manipulate the outcome of the race or championship, which what he did was both. Wrecking or spinning another vehicle, whether or not that vehicle is removed from competition as a result, and I'm assuming that's on purpose or unnecessarily because people get spun all the time and they don't get fined for it. And finally, any actions deemed to compromise the safety of an event or otherwise pose a dangerous risk to the safety of competitors, officials, spectators, or others. And I guess wrecking somebody and putting them in the fence and causing other cars to crash as a result, yeah, it wasn't just those two, falls under that rule. I don't know if this is what needed to happen. And that might not be a popular thing to say because something did have to happen. You could not go through this offseason and go start the Truck Series in 2024 with this still lingering. What Corey Heim did was wrong, and we know that what he did was wrong. But what Carson Hocevar did also wasn't great. Now, I know it wasn't a retaliation, and I know it wasn't specifically him trying to manipulate the outcome of a race, but he's still spun a championship 4 driver. And let's go back a few years, and I know I'm going to make a comparison to other series here. It's fine. It happens. We've had plenty of incidents where a driver reacted and took somebody out. The really only time that we see suspensions is when it's egregious. And Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin at Atlanta, egregious. It was reactionary, and he took a man out. Let's think back a little farther. I remember Jeff Gordon and Quentin Boyer getting into it at Phoenix because somebody got wrecked. So Gordon wrecked Clint Boyer after he got run into and roughed up a little bit by Boyer. This was at Phoenix. This was before Phoenix was the championship race. This is back in 2012. There was no suspension levied against Jeff Gordon for this. This was end of season, Boyer racing for a championship. A couple of races left in the season, nonetheless. I don't see how this is any different. Okay, it was the championship race. Got it. Gordon and Boyer, not the championship. And the reason I'm bringing this one up is because it's literally a side-to-side comparison of Phoenix Raceway. And there's one other that I'm going to talk about also. If we have time. I don't even know if I'm going to have time. But Gordon wrecked Boyer on purpose, spun him in the wall, right hooked him, by the way, into the wall, collected an innocent car along the way, effectively ended Clint Boyer's championship hopes, and all NASCAR did was fine Jeff Gordon $100,000 and dock him 25 points. He was not suspended. The other incident I'm thinking about is also at Phoenix, this one to get to the championship race. Ryan Newman was a point behind Jeff Gordon for the final transfer spot to get to Homestead. And what did Ryan Newman do in turns 3 and 4 on the final lap of the race? Well, he basically didn't use the brakes. He went into 3 and 4, hit the car that was in front of him, put him in the wall, and crossed the finish line 1 spot ahead and moved on to the championship. It was I don't know if it was as egregious as right hooking someone or purposely putting someone in the wall, but there was no suspension for that. Ryan Newman was allowed to go race in the championship. But that was definitely manipulative. It was definitely unsafe. I don't know if this was the correct penalty. And we'll talk a little bit about it on the other side of the break because we're running out of time here. We do have a commercial to go to. Stay tuned. You're listening to The Scoreboard here on WSIC 105.9, 100.7 FM. And on the other side of the break, we're going to give away some tickets. We're going to talk NASCAR and a little bit of football if we have time. Stay tuned. We're back after this.
Keep it right here. There's more of The Scoreboard with Joe Berg on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Santa's coming to town. Come out to Birkdale Village from 2 to 7 p.m. next Saturday, the 18th. Activity Row, Birkdale on Ice, Beer Garden, dance performances, and the tree lighting parade. Dance away the end of the night with live music. Saturday, November 18th. The fun begins at 2 p.m. and the tree lighting ceremony starts at 6. For more info, visit birkdalevillage.com. Love bingo? $1 bingos this Friday starting at 1:30 at the Iredale Senior Center. That's at 344 East Front Street. Bring $1 and your own snacks to play. $1 bingo this Friday, 1:30 to 3:30, Iredale Senior Center. Ever wanted to witness a time capsule installation? Huntersville is having a special time capsule installation December 2nd at Veterans Park during their Huntersville Christmas celebration. I wonder what will be in the time capsule. Make plans to attend now. Visit huntersville.org for more info. December 2nd, a special time capsule installation in Huntersville. Singer-songwriter Mitch Rossell is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. You may know Mitch from America's Got Talent or from Garth Brooks' 2022 Stadium Tour. Buy your tickets before they sell out. kanearts.org. Country music artist Mitch Rossell this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. kanearts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Jousting nights, mermaids, fairies, dragons, oh my! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Mostly clear skies as you head through your evening. That overnight low is not going to be bad, only getting down to 55 degrees. Thursday will be another sunny day. We're looking at mostly sunny skies and another high temperature getting up near 80 degrees in the afternoon. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Hello everyone, this is Joshua Dobie from North Main Financial Group. We're blessed at North Main Financial Group that most of our clients come to us by referral. When folks have a good experience with us, they share that good experience with their friends, family, and colleagues. In doing so, when we're sitting with folks then, we're looking at their financial plan and seeing if it aligns with their goals and their desires for what yet lies ahead, be it college, be it retirement, or be it estate planning. If that sounds of interest to you, we'd love to hear from you. Reach out to us at northmainfinancial.com.
Now, more of the Scoreboard with Joe Berg on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
I am ready to ring this bell. You're listening to the Scoreboard here on WSIC 105.9 100.7 FM. It is time to give away some tickets, and I hope you were listening. Now, it's Wednesday, and I know it's not the best day of the week. Some people are still struggling to recover from the weekend. Some people are just trying to make it to the weekend. So I'm not going to make this too hard. But it does have to do with something we talked about earlier in the show. So if you want these family 4-pack of tickets to the Renaissance Festival, 2 more weekends of the Renaissance Festival. This weekend, next weekend. I have 2 adult tickets, 2 children's tickets. All you have to do is call in 704-873-1400 and tell me who is the head coach of the Michigan football team. Yay, the Michigan Wolverines. Who is their head coach? Who's going to take the fall for I guess he's like a scouting intern. I don't even remember what his position is. Connor Stallions. Who's the head coach that's going to take the fall for the scouting violations that are going on at Michigan? We will wait all the time we need to before we have a winner. I need some Jeopardy music. That's what I need for the show. For any giveaways, I need to do some, because I always do trivia questions, so I don't know if I'm allowed to use it, so I'm not going to, but I think it's a good idea. Also a good idea, we on Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving, WSIC is going to be doing some Christmas music. There might be some special things thrown in on that day, so if you listen to the station on Thanksgiving or the day after, you're going to hear some fun stuff. So we will keep you updated on all the fun stuff we have going on here at WSIC. But if you can tell me who the head football coach of the Michigan Wolverines are, I'll tell you what. If nobody can tell me who it is in the next 7 minutes, I'll just give these away. And I do see the comments here on the streams. We're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, WSICnews.com. If you're wondering about the Southern Christmas show, we did already give those tickets away in the first segment of the show. Those were quick and easy. We wanted to just move some tickets and make somebody's day because that begins tomorrow. So I personally don't have any more Southern Christmas show tickets, unfortunately. I know it's upsetting. I wish I had more, but I gave away the last 4 to Tammy. Tammy got the last 4. I think it's Tammy. I'm going to have to go back and look. I wrote it down. I know. It's just, there's a lot that goes on here. But anyway, if we don't get it by 6:57, I'm just going to give it away to the next caller. So stay tuned. But if you know the head football coach at Michigan, call in, let me know, and you're going to win these family 4-pack to the Renaissance Festival. All right, let's continue with the sports while we wait for something to happen. We can't continue with the sports because something happened. The lights are flashing. Somebody's on the phone. Let's give away some tickets. Caller, thanks for calling in. Do you know the answer to the trivia question?
I do know the answer, but I don't know if I can win again.
Oh, no. I told you not to try to win them. I said, don't do it. Listen, this is the last day that I'm going to try to give away these tickets because I've actually tried to give them away already.
I can't believe nobody's getting it.
I know. So what I'm going to do is if nobody calls in to win these tickets, they're yours. But
that would be great.
But we just have to wait the next 7 minutes to see if anybody else calls in. So stay tuned.
Fine. That's fair. I get it.
Absolutely. So I will. I'll keep you on hold. That way I can let you know. But I'm sure you're listening to the show. But I do want to at least say hello and congratulations again if nobody does call in. So I'm going to keep you on hold, and I'm going to see if anybody else calls in. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, thank you. And like I said, if somebody wants these tickets for the Renaissance Festival, call on up and tell me the answer to the trivia question, the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Okay, we're going to finish our NASCAR talk, talking about the Truck Series and the penalty levied against Corey Haim for intentionally wrecking Carson Hocevar as he tried to pass him. And I used a couple of examples of other times that we've seen intentional or slightly intentional wrecking and there wasn't a suspension or a fine or something like this. I know you can't technically suspend Corey Haim, and I'm glad they didn't, but I still think that just doing a fine and a points reduction on the last race of the season, it's kind of pointless. And I don't know what the right call is. And the examples that I was using earlier in the show was Jeff Gordon taking out Clint Boyer at Homestead, Ryan Newman running over Kyle Larson back when he was in the 42 car at Phoenix to move on to the championship race. Those two things took place a little bit earlier in the 2010s. This was right after NASCAR had done their Boys Have At It campaign. And it was basically the campaign where they said, okay, obviously us suspending and reducing points and fining people isn't working. You guys settle it on track. And we never really heard a change in that mantra of Boys Have At It to say, never mind, don't have at it, because if you do, we're going to suspend you. I wish we still had that kind of a feel, but there has to be a limit. And what happened in the truck race for the championship, in my opinion, is that limit. You do not want to cross that because it turned into a joke, the Truck Series race. I would think that instead of a suspension or a fine or something like that, we would get more of like a change in the way things are officiated in the Truck Series because it is loose and we do have incidents, but I just don't like the way this is being handled all around. We have a caller into the studio. Uh-oh. Oh, no, we might be giving away these family 4-packs before the end of the show. Let's go ahead and take that call right now. Thank you for calling the Scoreboard. Are you trying to win some Renaissance Festival tickets?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Do you know the answer to the trivia question?
Tell me the question one more time so I can make sure I know.
I'm sure you know, but the question is very simple. It's, who is the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines?
And you are talking about the football team, right?
We are talking about the football team. We were talking about the investigation going on regarding the scouting over there of other college teams.
I believe that'd be Mr. Jim Harbaugh.
That is Mr. Jim Harbaugh. Ring this bell. Congratulations. Congratulations,
Hey,
you got them.
I'm not going to go to that Renaissance Festival. That lady that called in earlier that wanted them, give them to her if you would.
You know what? I have her on hold right now, and right after I talk to you, I'll bring her in and I'll let her know. I'm sure she's able to hear it, but that is very nice of you to do, to give those tickets away.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right.
Hey, thank you for calling in.
Heading.
Thank you for listening. It's much
I'll talk to
appreciated.
you later.
Yep. And always call in, say hi. Thank you for the call. And I love hearing from the community and giving away tickets. Let's bring Tammy in. I think Tammy's still on hold. Hey, are you still with me?
I am. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much.
Yes.
The gentleman that just gave me his ticket.
That was real nice. So guess what? I got a family 4-pack of Renaissance Festival tickets. The question has been answered. Nobody can steal them from you. These are yours, and you'll be able to get them, obviously, the same time you get your Southern Christmas Show tickets.
That sounds great. Again, thank you very much, and thank you so much to the gentleman that called in and has given me those tickets.
Absolutely. Now, were you the one that called into the Good, the Bad, and Guilty earlier today?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. Well, hey, I'm glad that we were able to get you some tickets. It seems like everybody who's called into the station has gotten some tickets, so glad we can get you on board that train.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a great rest of your day, and I'll have these tickets here for you. Like I said, come by tomorrow, pick them up. We're pretty much out of time here on the Scoreboard today. Just to wrap up the NASCAR conversation, I really hope there's a change in the officiating in the Truck Series. I don't think just suspending or fining or docking points is the way to go. It is a national series. There are eyes on this series, but at the same time, it's a learning series. So I don't really know what the correct way to handle this is, but I just don't think that they did handle it the correct way. Thank you for calling in, everybody who did call in. Tammy, congratulations. You got 8 tickets today. That's awesome. And to the gentleman, I forgot to get your name, who called in and gave those tickets away. You are definitely appreciated. Very nice thing to do. We're out of time. This has been the Scoreboard. We've talked sports for the last hour. We'll do it again tomorrow, and we'll preview the Panthers' Thursday night game against the Bears. Have a good night, everyone. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
The new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.